Hey everyone, welcome to the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends. My name is Scott Switzer. I'm your host and I am the Clydesdale. We love to do fitness and I have my friends. Today we have Kat Shear and Dave Newman. Dave doing his monthly visit with us from RX Smart Gear, our tremendous sponsor and great friend. Want to open up with you, Dave. I know last time we talked, you were heading to Hawaii to support the Keala Foundation. How did that go?
Yeah, that was great. Super fun trip. You know, we try and get out there a couple times a year and spend time with Aaron Hoff and Sara Sigmonsdottir and Juan Carlos, like the heart and soul of that foundation that make everything, go. And, this year we weren't, they had to, kind of reschedule, if you will, the Ultimate Hawaiian Trail Run, their big fundraiser. And, we had all other trips had to be postponed. So when they kind of lifted their restrictions and allowed us to travel in with just a negative COVID test, we jumped on it, booked something so we could get out there for just like a 5-day stay and, spend time with them and, go attend some of the kids' classes that they're, world renowned for. And just, get to kind of game plan and, review the year that passed and kind of game plan for the upcoming year. And so it's always a super, super productive, visit as well. We get to, get out and surf and, do some fun island activities as well and work out and, you name it. So it was a great trip.
So we actually reported on here in one of our roundtables that they did a ruck run around the island, probably right after you left. I think it was a 70-plus mile ruck around the island and raised over $100,000 for the Keala Foundation, which is awesome. And a lot of, like, I know Dan Bailey and Tasia Persevich were there, along with Uncle Hoffy, I think is what they call him. And did a great job and raised a lot of money for a great foundation.
Yeah, that was so cool. I was supposed to be there. I was catching a lot of flack for not being there, but they knew why I wasn't because I was here. They knew my dad was in ill health, so they were very supportive. And but I wish I was there with them. And at the same time, after it's done, I'm so glad I wasn't there. They lost so many toenails and blistered feet, and it was brutal. I mean, when Hoffy came up with that fundraiser idea, he pitched it to us and told us what his goals were. And, we supported it by, we handled a lot of logistics on the mainland as far as like helping print t-shirts, and we shipped the t-shirts out from our facility at RX, just for all the people that donate and things like that. So we try and take a lot of the heavy lifting on that end, away from them and help out. And so I said, great, like, what's the plan? You're going to have like chase cars that are following you and bringing supplies and, whatever. I'm just imagining this big organized orchestration. And he said, the plan is no plan. They're going to drop me off and I'm going to start walking. And literally Forrest Gump style, and that's pretty much what they did. And they just kind of rallied the troops. People found out that it was going down, and it was pretty exciting and chaotic because I was since I got to go out there a few weeks prior to the walk, all of our friends and people that are on the medic staff and help out with the trail run and everybody else that wanted to fly out and converge to participate, they were emailing and texting me to find out, like, hey, what was the process? What did they need to see for us to fly in? And the restrictions were getting tighter on the mainland. So it was kind of touch and go. We were worried that it might keep some people from attending, but seemed like everybody made it out there that was supposed to, and they had a great turnout. And man, yeah, just super cool to raise. I think it was upwards of 130,000 on our last check. So it might still be climbing, I'm not sure, but just an amazing, pull together on that event. So super stoked.
Yeah, it looked like they even though they were probably in pain, looked like they were having a blast, just hanging out with each other and doing good for the community. And so we love supporting that and love giving them the shout out for doing that. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is, it's been announced that they're going to try to do an adaptive division for the CrossFit Open.
Oh yeah.
And years ago, you at RX Smart Gear did things to make it possible for some adaptive athletes to be able to do workouts by making an adaptive jump rope. And so I just wanted to give you a couple minutes to kind of talk about what you guys did there.
Yeah, no, we're super stoked to hear that they're adding that division. So well deserved. I mean, adaptive athletes, if you spend any time around them, I mean, CrossFit is hard enough as it is. And, when you have to do things minus a limb or minus mobility, it's crazy. We had Alex Zirkenbaugh and his team from the adaptive training group come through and do their segment at one of the Power Monkey camps, and we all participated, and they showed us how they scale for all the different limb difference, whether you're upper limb, lower limb, or paralyzed, waist down or what have you. They had us try wall balls and pull-ups and burpees, you name it, all modified the way they recommend for different for the adaptives. And it was amazing. Like, you just really take it for granted, having all of your limbs and doing those things. And here we are complaining about wall balls. Most people hate wall balls and burpees, but so yeah, super stoked to hear that. And might get some little bit of play with the mono rope that we invented, 5 or 6 years ago for people with an upper limb difference and only have one arm to try and jump rope. And the mono rope is such a fun, cool piece. It's just it's a solid 3-foot long tube with a handle in the middle, and the connection of the rope is on the outer ends. And so it allows somebody to hold it in the middle and, jump rope and double under, triple under, just like a person with two hands. And whoops. Oh, did I lose you guys? I'm so sorry.
No, we still have your audio.
Oh, okay.
Keep talking.
My brother's trying to call in, and I tried to swipe it away, and you guys went away. Anyway, so we have partnered up with a group. It's Mark and Dana Harris from Equip Products, and they're just an awesome couple out of Illinois, and they are putting a lot of focus and attention on helping to develop more adaptive specific equipment, and they're just super cool, creative people that put a lot of thought into it, much like I like to do with certain things. And they're taking all of their energies towards the adaptive community. And so we partnered with them, and we're actually going to be releasing a new mono rope now. Actually, I think it's available now as our new mono rope that they reached out to me and said, hey, we think we have a way that we can improve on your creation. And I said, great, love to hear it. And so we partnered up, and they had a great idea that we put it into practice, and it worked out phenomenal. Had it tested and vetted by the best adaptive athletes out there, Logan Aldridge and some of his peers. So it's a collapsible, because mono ropes are 36 inches long. So that's the one thing they miss out on, that regular jump ropes are so portable. We can put them in our backpack, right? And these guys had to carry this long stick, on a flight if they're going to travel somewhere and they want to work out. So we did create a collapsible version and had that available for the last several years. But Mark and Dana came in with a better idea on how to make it, more practical, more convenient, way easier to collapse and break down. And so we teamed up on it. We got those. I think we just released them this week, I believe, the new collapsible monorope. And so they're going to sell them on their website as well, Equip Products. They have a bunch of other cool things for adaptive athletes. And so we hope, fingers crossed, we get to see some of that in the Open and, maybe in the games. So pretty excited.
Yeah, that's a big, exciting development that's come out of CrossFit with adding that adaptive class to the Open. It well deserved. It's a section of our community that really needs to have that opportunity to compete just like the rest of us.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
So finally, I just want to ask you, we're almost done with 2020, the cursed year that it has been, and we are moving into 2021. And so what are RX's plans for the future? What do you have going on in the next 12 months that we might be excited about?
Yeah, I appreciate that. We have a few things that we have coming up, something that we're getting ready to announce. It's kind of delayed since I kind of got pulled away from the office, but we're trying to get our media put together before I left San Diego. But we're still going to move forward with a project starting January 1. We're going to do, with the Open coming up, we always try and get creative. With the Open coming up, trying to help people get ready for the Open, because you can usually count on double unders showing up in one of the workouts. And also with the, New Year's resolutions and people wanting to either get in better shape or just improve at a skill that they're struggling at. And, we feel we're, one of the most, competent companies around in teaching people how to jump rope properly and efficiently and help them with their double unders. We spend an inordinate amount of time, just training and studying and practicing and coming up with better methods and tools to help people get better at jumping. So we are going to put on the first annual RX 10-a-day challenge, and starting January 1. And the way the 10-a-day challenge is going to go is that everybody that we can get to participate with us is we're going to try and get them to perform 10 double unders a day. And what we're shooting for is 10 quality double unders. So not just double unders for completion, because that's what most people do. They think if it clears their feet, it was a success. And, our approach is no, you really want to do it properly with, thoughts on your technique and your tempo and your, biomechanics and all those things. So 10 quality double unders. They don't have to be consecutive. So we're going to have, different scale variations that, that we're going to suggest. So if you're brand new to jump rope, then you can do single unders. That's great. If you're ready to start introducing double unders, then we have scaled suggestions of, 2 singles, 1 double under, 2 singles, 1 double under, 2 singles, that it for 10 double unders, right? The goal is to accumulate 10 quality double unders each day. You're going to add on 10 more. So January 1, just 10, be done. We want you to be, strict and disciplined. Just do 10 quality double unders and, or single unders if that's what you're doing. And then call it quits. On January 2nd, you're going to do 10 plus another 10. January 3rd, 10 plus another 10 plus another 10. And we want them to be in strict sets of 10. We don't want somebody to just rattle off 30 because we really want people to focus on on their technique or whatever it is they're trying to improve on. So, that's going to take us all the way to the month of January. On January 31st, everybody will have to perform 310 double unders. So, when it's all done and said, the total double under count is under 5,000 for the month, which we think is just a, safe and healthy number. And we're trying to get people to build up their strength and tolerance to it. We're going to, we're going to ask for donations. So there's a charity component to it. We're going to ask for a $20 registration. All registration fees are going to the Keala Foundation. That registration fee will get you access into a private Facebook group where we're going to post, tips and videos and tutorials and, trying to get people to support each other, through that group. And then each Friday of January, we're going to do about a 30 to a 45-minute live. And we're going to have special guests join in on that live remotely. And we're not going to name who they are. We're still getting confirmation and commitments from some of them. But each Friday in January, we're going to have a live with a special guest where we can all do, whatever number it is for that day. We're going to all do them together, and we're going to talk about it. Our special guest will talk about what they're doing and any tips that they might have in the way they like to train their athletes or themselves. So it should be really, really fun. We're super excited about it. I think it's going to help people, get ready for the Open, work on a skill that hampers a lot of people. And it's not just for people that are struggling. We want it to be, people who feel like they're pretty competent with their double unders. Grab a heavy rope, grab a 1-pound Zeus or grab a drag rope and use that for the entire program through January, and that'll help build up your strength and your stamina and endurance and all that. So we're the RX 10-a-day challenge will start January 1st. Hoping to get announcements out there very soon. The team's been hard at work trying to get all that ready to go. So hopefully you guys will jump into, whether you register and donate or not. We hope you guys will jump into.
Yeah,
sure.
I would love it. Love it.
I like the idea of using maybe a drag rope or the Zeus rope too. I think I might have to do that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because that stuff's hard. I'm not very good at it. So
when you get to the later half of the month where those numbers start getting bigger, and mind you, you're going to do 10 and stop,
right.
and then 10 and stop. So, we're hoping it'll be manageable, but we really want to focus on quality over quantity, because we just see too many people in their gyms that just try and hack away and just, think that getting the reps is going to make them, more efficient. And really that's not true. It's a lot of times, you guys coach and you're around it. A lot of times it just ingrains bad habits. And so we want to change that focus a little bit. So it should be fun. Should be really fun. Looking forward to it.
That's great. I'm excited.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll definitely jump on board, and I'll jump in and register and do the whole thing. So
heck yeah. Yep.
Oh, super cool, guys. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So that's our big thing kicking off January. And then, we have some new products coming out. We actually have a new jump rope we're coming out that I haven't let out any teasers. I like to let out little teasers or little pictures or things on my social media, kind of my personal social media, and haven't done that yet. We're getting close, but I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a neat product, and we're just really trying to get it dialed in and right. And we should be stocked up on. I've been getting so many comments and people reaching out about the air mat that we sold out of. And I got one while I was out here with my folks, and they were just raving like, "Oh my gosh, it's great to do burpees on, and it's helped double unders so much." And you name it. So they're finding all these different ways to incorporate it into their workouts. And so I'm really excited about that. We actually should have those restocked up here in the next few days. So you could use that for the 10-a-day challenge.
Yeah, I would love one of those. I'm coming off these leg injuries. It would help me kind of get back into the swing of things, I think. So love the idea of that mat.
Super cool. Yeah. Well, we'll have to, let me look and see what I have. I might have some prototypes that don't have branding on them. I might be able to get one out to you, Scott. So when I get back, let me take a peek.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.
So let's just finish up with, we're road to 1,000, hashtag road to 1,000 with RX Smart Gear jump ropes. We gave away our first jump rope just a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Since we started this process, we've gained about 130 subscribers. So we're doing really well. We still need you guys to subscribe to the channel, get that up there so we can give away another jump rope from RX Smart Gear. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and you have a public profile so that we can see your name and get in touch with you if you get drawn for that jump rope. We had our first contestant win, and what was her name? Kat, do you remember?
Amanda something. Yes, yeah. Amanda.
Yeah. And we got her hooked up with Dave's people back in California, got the code. And so hopefully she's checked that out, and hopefully we'll see some social media pictures soon of her opening up her new rope. But it's been awesome. We'll keep posting things on social media. Make sure you share and tag people in those posts so we can get more subscribers and get another winner out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll definitely share that stuff too. We love trying to give free stuff away all the time.
Yeah.
Let's get them in there.
Yeah. So, and thanks a lot, Dave. As always, it's a pleasure having a chance to talk to you every month and hear what you have going on and all the charity events you have out there and are supporting, and all the new cool stuff you have coming out from RX Smart Gear.
Oh, thanks, guys. Hey, appreciate you guys. You guys keep putting out great information and keeping us all entertained. You guys are amazing.
All right. One last thank you. You helped us get Tasia and Sam Quant on as guests on the show. They were awesome to talk to. Some of the best guests we've had. So thank you so much for that too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Amazing human beings. So glad that worked out.
And have a great holiday, Dave.
Yeah.
You guys too. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be in touch in the next few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, have a great holiday and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. You guys too.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Can't say enough about what a great sponsor we have. He has been amazing to us, and just love working with that whole team and that company. So, and don't forget, we're getting close to the holidays. If you want to get that rope for your special someone, you can use the code Clydesdale15, all caps. Get 15% off everything in the store except for new releases and special editions. Clydesdale15, all caps. So, Kat,
Scott,
how you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm good.
It feels like it's been a while.
I know, and it's only been a week this time.
I know,
but it's been crazy. So how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. We are actually right in the middle now of having a major snowstorm. So it's about 7:30 Wednesday night. Started snowing around 1 o'clock today. All the kids are home. They're not allowed to be driving anywhere. So we're all sort of just hunkered down. My dad's in town for the week. So I went and picked him up last weekend and he's staying with us. So he's enjoying the snow and the dogs and, all having family around him, which has been great. He went to the shooting range today with my son. So the two of them, Braden shot a revolver and showed me the target when he came home. And it was like, here's the body and the thing. They were all like in here. It's kind of scary. So yeah, of course now he wants a gun and he wants to go back tomorrow and, he's hooked. And my dad is a big gun owner. He lives down in South Carolina. He has like 10 guns, revolvers and pistols and goes to the range a lot. So it was fun for them to sort of bond. They haven't spent that much time together, lately. So it was nice. They had a day.
Yeah, it's nice when the grandkids and grandparents can kind of get together and spend some time. So that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm doing a lot of cooking. I've been cooking almost every night. I think my husband's probably like, "What the hell? You don't ever do this." But my dad's here, so I'm trying to, play like happy Susie Homemaker. It's been fun for me. We're having a good time.
Very cool. Yeah, our snowstorm started a few hours before yours because we are west of Delaware. And so we probably have 2 to 3 inches maybe.
Oh, we have like 8 inches.
Yeah, we got we were just on the cusp of the storm.
Yeah.
So we got just about 2 to 3 inches, just enough to make things slippery, but not too bad.
I had 2 of my clients canceled this afternoon and a bunch of CrossFit gyms around the area closed for evening classes. So it's the first time we've had a major snowstorm in 1,000 days. So, we all kind of forget how to do that, how to do snow.
Yeah. So, we're just hunkered down. I think I don't know if I mentioned it on here, but, with my dad's death a couple months ago, I really need to see my mom for Christmas. And so I am like self-quarantining so that I am able to go see my mom for Christmas. And so I'm only going to doctor's appointments. And other than that, really just kind of staying at home. And so I'm in that. My week started off well with my Chicago Bears actually winning a game. They were on a 6-game losing streak. and finally won a game. So that helped start the week off well. And, it's been a good week. It's, just kind of, I see my daughter doing some adult things, which is really cool, and setting yourself up for living arrangements on campus that are more COVID friendly and are cheaper. So that's really cool. And, my legs are, I feel like I've said this every week for a year. They're getting better. I want it to be like a drag race to the finish, and it's more like a snail's crawl. But I'm not regressing in any way, which is really cool. Everything's moving forward. I really think that maybe one leg might be good for Christmas.
Awesome.
Hoping, maybe that's my hopes, but it's close. It's that close. It could be this week, could be the week after, but that's fun. So, and I just want to explain, Amy is usually here every Wednesday. It has been crazy at our gym. Some things have been happening there, and she's had to coach a couple extra classes this week. And when I mean couple extra, I mean like triple what she normally coaches.
And she has a full-time job, so it's not,
right, on top
coaching is not her full-time job.
So she is doing that. And she's not coaching right now, but she just needed a break. And so we said, that's fine. Kat and I can argue, just the two of us, pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm practicing my my sign off at the end, so see how I do.
All right, so let's hit the news.
Okay.
For the off season, there seems to be I have a couple topics I want to talk about that are more that may take a lot of time. So I don't want to put it in a news-packed episode. But every week we get tons of news in this off season. It's getting to be like
moves.
the NFL.
Making moves.
So the big announcement came out, I think, just a couple of days ago. Tia announced on her social media and then on her YouTube channel that she was going to do bobsled.
Because, the Olympics, that's a thing for her.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And she said on her YouTube that she was actually approached a couple years ago, but when the Open was in the fall, she couldn't train with the team in a way that made sense for her to then compete in CrossFit. So she's going to take 3 months to go train with the Australian team in South Korea, and she's already there. I saw on her social media this morning that they were unpacking. They're in quarantine in South Korea right now.
So is she going to do CrossFit this year or not going to do CrossFit this year? We don't know, right?
At this point, she says she is.
Okay.
That the plan is to do it for 3 months, come back to the States, and then start training do the Open and start training.
Okay, well, December, January, February, how does that work?
I'm just telling you what she said.
No, I know. I'm just saying maybe she knows more than the average bear, but I don't think the Open's going to happen in February. I think it's going to be ultimately be delayed.
Sure.
Unfortunately, just based on COVID climate.
Well, my theory from last week was that she was going to join Mayhem as part of the team. And then if you look at her latest YouTube video, it's called Team Training. And it's in Nashville with Alex Smith, Will Morad, and Brooke Wells.
Wow. Well, and I guess if you're on team, depending on what the rule book is, you don't have to do the Open, at least based on the last year.
I think that's going to change now because there's no other way in.
Oh, there's an affiliate cup now. Yeah, it's not sanctions. Can we just get a rule book, please? I need a rule book.
Yeah. The season's changed so much the last 3 years.
Yeah, who knows?
It gets a little blurry, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling she's going to go team. She's still going to have to do the Open with an affiliate if they're going back to the affiliate cup rules.
Right. Didn't we have Jamie Free on the show?
We did.
Isn't he the owner at CrossFit Trivium? I think he's one of the owners.
I don't know.
We should probably call in to Jamie and ask him what's going on.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll tell us everything.
Of course he will. Yes. Yes.
So anyway,
We need to find out.
she is over in Korea now to train. I know James Newberry has already competed with the Australian team. He is the brakeman for one of the men's teams.
Oh, okay.
And has done 2 European Cup races. So he's
Interesting.
already ingrained. And then as of course, we had Colleen Foch on the show, and she is now a member of Team USA. And she's been doing runs with the 3-time gold medalist. So she might be on one of the top teams. And
Kelsey Keel is still training in bobsledding too.
So she's in the B team.
Yeah.
She can get picked up from that team to go on Team USA. Mm-hmm. But it's more of like a secondary league to learn more technique.
Right.
Kind of like the minor leagues of baseball, but you can be drafted up or called up to the big leagues. So then we're going to move on to Chandler, your boy Chandler Smith. No official announcement has been made, but he did make a social media post that appears that he is joining CompTrain for the upcoming season.
Maybe he's just visiting. Maybe he's just going for a visit.
Until Katrin said in a comment below, "Can't wait for this season."
Well, yeah, but that could have just been a general statement. I can't wait for this season either, but doesn't mean Chandler and I are training together.
Yeah. I think that's wishful thinking.
I'm holding out hope. Yes.
But it does appear that is where he is going for the upcoming season. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. I have a theory in my head, but I think I need to vet that out before I say it on air publicly.
Okay. Well, there's always next week.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that that is going to happen. The other big news that has come out this week is that Haley revealed on a Froning and Friends episode minus Rich Froning. Mm-hmm. It was actually Rory McKernan, Justin Medeiros, Tasia, and Haley. And she released that she actually hurt her foot way worse than an ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And in her documentary that they just released, I think last night, they show that way the ankle rolled. Someone had like a GoPro on behind her.
Yeah. How she didn't break that foot, I don't know.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And what came of it is she actually tore a ligament in her foot and damaged 2 other ligaments in the process.
Yeah, or tendons or something, yeah.
And with that, still finished 4th at the games with some very high finishes. Yeah, I would have been on crutches in one of those like little wheelie carts where you put your knee.
Yeah. Exactly.
And she's out there doing the trail run.
Unreal. Yeah, she's a real deal.
And if you watch the documentary, which is really good, it shows that like that gave her a ton of confidence. That even with the sickness that she had night 1 and the ankle foot problem, she still competed with everybody and belongs on that field.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if everything lined up right, it could even be much better than that.
Yeah. Gives her a lot of runway, for the future.
And the documentary really revealed that the illness night 1 was really bad. Like Tasia was
clearly behind.
Yeah, Tasia was really afraid and actually called for doctors.
Oh man.
Because it was that bad. They didn't give specifics, but you could see that there was a sense of fear with what was going on that night.
Yeah. Oh, crazy. Love it.
I know you haven't seen it yet, but you got to.
I will.
It's
I'm
so
clearly
good.
Behind on my YouTube viewing.
Yeah, with Rory, they've actually got games footage in there. They have the drone footage from the Buttery Bros. So it's really a really well done documentary.
Well done. Good. All right, check it out.
We also had the Masters Legends Championship conclude over the weekend. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to report on this. I have to admit, there was no live feed, no way to watch it. There was no universal social media presence.
No, which I was really that would have been really easy to do too. Just have a couple people on your feed, just putting stories out. I mean, they were just basically reposting everything that someone else posted, hashtag. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So
sucks.
you could see the postings from the individual athletes, but not
Right.
necessarily and so really the best recap is, got to give a shout out to our boy, Patrick Clark. He
Yep.
was there for the morning chalk up and did a synopsis, I believe, in Tuesday's morning chalk up newsletter, where you can see who the podium for every one of the age groups and the amazing finishes or amazing workouts that were done. He does a nice little recap of kind of all of that. And so I'll just say, check that out because there just wasn't any kind of unified presence coming to us telling us what was going on. And that kind of leads me into the next piece of news. Kat and I work the Masters Fitness Collective, and there was a meeting with the Masters Fitness Collective, Eric, Rosa, and Dave Castro over the weekend that this event was going on. And while they're not releasing details, they said they got feedback from a lot of the athletes with that meeting, and then are putting a plan in place to give them a spotlight in the upcoming season. But it looks like our friends at the Masters Fitness Collective are going to be the leads on that. So
It's exciting.
With our connection there, hopefully we get to go and we can be a presence in some way, shape, or form. I know you were more of like an executive level person there, but maybe I can just take the podcast stuff there and we can do some stuff while we're there. Because, we all are masters and we support the masters group as much as anyone.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future of, of what that annual competition is going to look like and, what it's going to mean for those athletes. So it's very cool. And it's just, they did such a great job. They deserve, to get all the, to make it legitimate, in the eyes of those athletes and to have it be, really sanctioned by CrossFit and like the real deal.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
And it's a group of people that want it to succeed, right? And want to do whatever they can to make it the best thing for the athletes. So Bobby and Eamon and all of those guys are just really, really good guys who want the best for all the athletes. The next piece of news is Amanda Barnhart signed with Reebok. Pretty big signing for Reebok, who everybody thought was stepping out of the game. This year have signed Haley Adams, Saxon Panchek, and now Amanda Barnhart, along with, I didn't even know this, China Cho signed this year with Reebok. And there's one other athlete that I'm somehow missing, but they've signed 5 athletes this year.
Nice. And is Rich still a Reebok athlete?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Amanda was Noble, correct?
I can't find anything that says she was anything before this.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe I have that wrong.
I think she wore some Noble stuff.
And she's a CompTrain athlete, right? So there's that CompTrain Noble connection, right? Through our buddy Ben.
Right.
So that's interesting.
It is.
I don't hate it.
But not all of the CompTrain athletes are exclusively Noble. Like Cole Sager is a Nike athlete.
Nike, yeah.
And when Katrin first was with CompTrain, she was a Reebok athlete.
Reebok, yeah.
And then flipped over to Noble.
And Brooke is still Noble, right? For now.
Brooke Wells.
Brooke Wells.
She's no longer CompTrain, but she is still Noble.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
We're never going to get Chandler Smith on the show now if he's a CompTrain athlete.
Well, and he's a Nike athlete, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
if not, Noah supplies him with stuff.
I was going to say, I think he gets all his stuff from Noah. That's so funny.
Yeah, I think with being in the Army, he probably can't take sponsorships.
Yeah, he probably isn't, but I do think Noah is his unofficial supplier.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, and I'm excited for Amanda.
It's great for her.
Yeah. It brings her up. If you don't have a shoe deal and you're a top 5 athlete, something's wrong.
Well, then can we talk about Carrie Pierce and when is she going to get her shoe deal? Because
if
anybody deserves a shoe deal, she does. And our boy Justin is working hard to make that happen.
So, yeah. So I know that her, Bethany, and Danielle all have the same agent now.
Okay, good.
And so I'm hoping that something is being worked on for her to get a shoe deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Long overdue.
Yeah. We also found out the reason that Sara went to WIT. You know, we talked about that maybe a month ago. She left Nike, went to WIT. Her shoe brand is open because WIT sells all of them.
Right.
And she can wear any of those, but her apparel is WIT. And the reason she went is because she wanted to be able to do her own line of clothing. And WIT was going to give her that opportunity. Where Nike, as big as they are, she said they would not give her that ability to make her own Sara Sigmonsdottir line. And so WIT's giving her that opportunity.
We'll see. Well, yeah.
And I think that's great if that's what she wants to do and she wants to be. But I think maybe that's part of the problem as to why we're not seeing her on the podium anymore.
Right. Like, should you be concerned about needing to create your own line of apparel, or should you be worried about your mind space during the CrossFit Games? You know, and yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems like her priorities are just in a weird place, perhaps.
And this is an athlete that I think the world of.
Right. Yeah, I know.
You know, like
I mean, big fan.
When I've met her, she was the nicest. A lot of them are super nice, and she just was so friendly and so giving of her time.
Yep.
And played around with us as volunteers, just joking around and stuff.
Super
I just
pleasant.
want the best for her.
Yeah.
And I hope she can figure that out. But the clock's ticking.
If not, she's cashing in on some apparel.
True.
You know, taking care
And
of business.
Volkswagens and all of that. So, yeah. So that's really all the news of the week. Do you have anything to add or anything you saw?
No, I've been a little bit unplugged, just playing host to my dad, but I've been trying to look through stuff. I have more fun stuff to share with my favorite things on the internet, and they're very not CrossFit related.
Okay. So the best thing about going into our silly questions and the best thing from the internet is Amy's not here to stop me at one.
Did you pick like 4?
I'm just going to list them off. So she can sit at home and watch this tomorrow going.
And roll her eyes.
No!
Right. Oh, that's great.
So my first silly question to you is, what is your favorite Christmas song? And what is the Christmas song you never, ever want to hear again?
Okay, so there are songs that I like. So of course, I'm going to qualify all this. So, because we have time, there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
So when I think of favorite Christmas song, I think of a couple things. I think of a song that I would like to sing along with, because I do that with songs. If that's my favorite, it's going to have to be the Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas, because I can just belt that out. I know it's probably the one that you never want to hear again. But that was my first reaction, because I like to sing that song. And then I thought about it for a while and I was like, yeah, I like to sing that song, but is it really my favorite Christmas song? And I was actually discussing this with my dad about favorite Christmas songs. My dad used to sing like in a choir, so he starts singing all these Latin Christmas hymns and these random songs. And I was like, Dad, I'm not using any of those. But I thought Silent Night actually is, I think, my favorite song. I can remember like singing it on Christmas Eve when I was little. Maybe at church, maybe. I don't know.
Did you do the candlelight to it?
No.
Okay, so my church always did candlelight, Christmas Eve, Silent Night. You sing holding a candle, and there's no lights on in the church.
That's pretty, yeah. So that's going to be my favorite. Do you want to do your favorite, and then we'll do least favorites, or do you want?
So my favorite kind of fits your criteria. My favorite is, I'm a man of faith, and "Oh Holy Night" is my favorite song. I love it being sung on Christmas Eve, and I've always had the dream to sing it in a church on Christmas Eve.
Okay. I love it. So
And
is that going to happen this year?
not this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm quarantining myself, I'm watching Christmas Eve service on TV.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, I love that song. For pop, I would go, probably because my daughter loves it so much too, is Last Christmas by Wham.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like for pop, probably that one. And then for my spiritual side and
Mhm.
probably my true number one favorite, Oh Holy Night. And actually one year I used to go to a church. It was in a barn that they converted into a church, and the Columbus Orchestra would play in the band.
Mhm.
And they had a guy play trumpet, Oh Holy Night, on Christmas Eve, where
wow.
tears were flowing down my face.
Cool.
It was just like a New Orleans jazz style Oh Holy Night.
Can you
Amazing.
picture Justin Kotler singing that? That would be cool. I love it. Okay.
So the one you never want to hear again.
Little Drummer Boy. For some reason, parum pa pum pum just does not sit well with me. And I don't like it. I don't like all the parum pa pum 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 runs.
Okay.
Now, and I would go specifically maybe with the David Bowie, Bing Crosby version of Little Drummer Boy. Because that, I can see it. It must have been during like the MTV days back in the 80s when we had MTV and they used to actually show videos.
It was actually on Bing Crosby's Christmas special from the 70s.
Was it? Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, not a fan.
I love that one because they actually mix in an English
Peace on Earth
Peace,
and
yeah.
all that. My brain can't handle it. Sorry.
So mine is just a stupid song. It doesn't feel even Christmassy to me. Is I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, what's that? Dominic the Donkey. Is that a Christmas song too?
Yeah.
That one probably could be one too.
That one actually amuses me because our best friend.
Hippopotamus for Christmas. I love that song. Her little voice.
Oh, so many people are doing it now too.
Really?
Yeah. So we have Sirius XM and on the Holly station, which is more like pop, there's got to be 8 versions of I Want a Hippopotamus, and they're all bad.
That's great.
So that is the one I don't want to hear ever again. And then I have a complaint because Sirius keeps playing Pretty Papers as a Christmas song. And it's an old country song. And I always thought it was about like the pretty wallpaper and ribbons that a woman put on the wall. Has nothing to do with Christmas.
Right. It's not wrapping paper?
No.
Okay. Then yeah, you're right. It's not Christmas.
Yeah, but that's just my little vent for this year.
Lodge a complaint. Hey, if that's your only vent for this year, you're doing good.
Oh, I've got a lot of vents
right?
for this year. So let's go on to number 2.
Okay.
This is a fun one. We actually interviewed an athlete last night, and I came up with this question, and it was so fun for them to answer. I was like, I'm going to ask it to us to see what we would do. Okay. So if you were given the opportunity to design your own signature shoe, what model, edition, and color wave would it be?
Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit different than what everyone would think I would say. I would like to have a lifter as my signature shoe, not a CrossFit shoe, because I just like weightlifting so much better. And my favorite lifter that I've had in the past is a Pendlay lifter, right? The old school Pendlays. So I would want that shoe, Pendlay, in my CrossFit Clarity color wave. So that like dark bluish green and like a little brighter aqua blue. And I'm going to sneeze, I think. Nope. Okay. That would be my color wave. So like the strap part and the sole on the side would be like the dark blue that I have. And then maybe the rest would be that brighter blue. I can picture it.
You really went
Perfect.
outside the box from what I was thinking, but
I did. Well, because, you know,
works.
I would have said like the Nano 9 because I have like 8 million pairs of the Nano 9s and that's boring. So, Pendlay, let's
So
go.
I'm going to be boring
No, that's okay.
because mine is the Nano 9.
Well, see, there you go. Now
It was
different.
it was close between the Nano 9 and the Metcon 5. Those
Okay.
two are like my two favorite shoes. But I like the way the 9 looks with the colors better than the 5
Okay.
of the Metcon.
That makes sense.
So my color wave would be a combination of orange,
You and the orange.
orange, navy, and black.
Nice. Okay.
With the navy being the accent and the
Oh.
black and orange being more the shoe, and then the navy accents kind of around it.
I like it. I think it's so funny that you love orange. I mean, clearly I like orange too, but I'm just so tired of it. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Well, I mean, we should get on the phone with Reebok and Pendlay and get those into production. That would be super cool. I wish Pendlay did like a custom. Remember when you could get a custom Nano too?
Yeah,
custom Metcon?
You can still do it kind of, but they've really limited the colors, and the accents and stuff, and where you can do things. But yeah.
Well, maybe when we get 300 followers, they will think we're important enough to make shoes for us.
Yeah, I'm sure. So then it's time to talk about who's going to be on next week, next Monday. The athlete we're going to have on is a 2-time Masters Games champion in 2 different age groups.
Yep.
So she actually won the 35 to 39 as a 39-year-old, and the following year won the 40 to 44 as a 40-year-old. And she also suffered a traumatic accident in a shooting and found CrossFit in her comeback, getting over that gunshot. So really cool story. Can't wait to share it. But her name is Stephanie Waugh. She is from the Montreal area of Canada.
Right. So it looks like Roy. Last name looks like Roy, but pronounced Waugh.
Waugh.
You're being French there. Yes.
Yeah. And so that'll come out Monday at 11 a.m. Can't wait for you to hear it. Great story.
Nice talk for sure.
And so let's finish up with the best thing from the internet.
Okay. This is not a TikTok. This is going to be, I believe, a Netflix series. It's called, I'm probably going to get the name wrong. I think it's called Are You the One? So think cross between Bachelor and what is the Big Brother kind of type thing. 10 guys, 10 girls. They've gone through some kind of behavioral testing to determine who their perfect match is. So every guy, all 10 guys and all 10 girls have a perfect match with each other, couples wise, like compatibility and romance and whatever else they do. And it's their job to figure out over the course of 10 weeks who their perfect match is. And man, so my daughter turned me on to this. Of course, she was watching, and then I got hooked. My dad got hooked. We're all like super invested now in this series. I mean, it's all 20 somethings. They're drunk like every night. So there's like all these random hookups, and then these people like catch feelings for each other, and then they have to do these challenges to get paired up, and then the house has to vote who goes to the truth booth, and the truth booth is where the guy and the girl go and they find out definitively whether they're a perfect match or not. And if they are a perfect match, they get to leave the house immediately and go on like a honeymoon thing for the rest of the 10 weeks. If they're not a match, it's just data that the whole house can collect to say, okay, you guys aren't a perfect match. Now we have to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. And every week they pick their perfect match and like these lights go on to see how many matches they get. They have to get 10 matches to win $1 million. It's so, and these people are so stupid. Like, it's all math and statistics, kind of. Like, my daughter literally today, she came downstairs with a notebook with like red marker, highlighted, everything else. She said, Mom, I went back and looked at every episode of the last season that we saw, and I started from the beginning, and we found out, and she did like this little rubric of, you know, things to match, and she's like, they could have figured it out by like the 7th week if they written everything down. And it takes them until like 10 weeks, and hearts are broken because you find out, you fall in love with someone, they're not your perfect match, so then you like have to like dump them and do something else, or you've caught feelings for someone but you found out someone else is a perfect match and you leave, and so this person's like hanging on. It's riveting. Total guilty pleasure, and I'm hooked. Are you the one?
So I have two because Amy's not here to stop me.
Awesome.
And the first one is very CrossFit related. The other one is not. And the first one is really sappy and kind of Christmassy. And if you have not seen this, the Morning Chalk Up touted this as the commercial that CrossFit should have done. And it is a commercial where a grandfather sees a picture of his granddaughter and starts moving a kettlebell. And the first day he can't even pick it up off the floor. But every day he sets his alarm to go down to his shed and try to move this kettlebell. And I don't want to give out the spoiler because it's a really cool ending, but you got to check it out. It's like 2 minutes and 36 seconds on YouTube. If you go to the Morning Chalk Up's channel, it's like the first video there. You can check it out there. It's actually an ad by Doc Morris, and it's a European commercial.
Yeah, Doc Morris, I think, is like a food store or something, like maybe a pharmacy.
Yeah, I think it's a
drugstore, I think. Yeah. It's like a drugstore.
And so if you have not seen that commercial,
you have to see it.
You have to see it.
So good.
I bawled. Of
course you did.
But I'm a big sap, and I'm really emotional about those relationships right now in my life.
Yeah.
And so it made me bawl. And then I showed it to my wife, and then she bawled. And so, yeah, it's amazing. Definitely grab a Kleenex. So my last thing from the internet is Netflix. I started watching a show called The Queen's Gambit.
Is this the chess one?
Yes.
Okay.
It so sucked me in. The first episode was a little weird, and I didn't really understand where it was going. But like 2 minutes into episode 2, I was like, ooh, now it's got me. And now I'm sucked in, and I only have like 1 episode left.
What are you waiting for? Yeah. Is it
Because
just a single
I finished
season?
the last episode like 45 minutes before we went on the air.
Okay. You're slacking, Schweitzer. Is it just 1 season?
Yeah, they're calling it a mini series.
Okay.
So it's 7 episodes.
Got it. That's doable.
Yeah. So, but some of them are longer than an hour. It's like 7 mini movies.
Okay. It's a commitment. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. But really good. Really. I'm saying that without seeing the last episode. So the last episode could be terrible, and I'll say,
hopefully it's not a soprano ending, right?
Yeah. But so far, yeah, it's right there.
Okay. We'll check back next week to make sure it's still one of your favorites.
All right. And next week we'll be doing kind of a Christmas show.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 nights before Christmas Eve.
I'm going to wear, so I was telling you before the show, my daughter told me a couple days ago that I told the family last year that I was going to go all out this Christmas for some reason. I don't recall doing that, but she basically like set the challenge. So everyone in our family is getting matching Christmas pajamas this year, because to me, that's going all out. We've never done that before. So I will be wearing my Christmas pajamas next Wednesday. So you can get a preview of what the whole family will be wearing.
Maybe we'll all wear something festive that night.
I think we should. Yes.
Okay. So before next week, we need to thank our sponsor, and Dave Newman, RX Smart Gear. They've been awesome. Can't say enough good things about them.
I'm going to order a drag rope or a Zeus rope or a heavy rope or something for this 10-a-day challenge in January for sure.
And so don't forget Clydesdale 15, all caps, 15% off at checkout. Don't be like Kat and place an order and forget to put your own code in. So when you get your drag rope, Clydesdale 15.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the reminder.
All right. And then, so go out, get your jump rope for the 10-a-day challenge. You might as well do it with the best jump rope in the business and get 15% off that rope when you do it. So we will do that. And then make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We love the comments, good or bad. You know, if you're not getting bad comments, you're not doing enough to make people mad. So we love those too. Good and bad. Make sure you put those comments down there. And when you like and subscribe, it really helps us with the algorithm, kind of get the word out that we are moving. You guys are the best. The audience is awesome. We keep growing every week. Every time I look at the numbers, I can't believe week after week we keep growing. It's been a really good season for us.
And I'm just having so much fun. So much fun.
I am.
Yeah, it's great.
Finally,
thank you guys.
Finally in life, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
And I'm having a blast. I get to sit and hang out with my best friends and talk about all the stuff in the sport that I love.
The coolest things ever.
So until then, we'll see you next time on the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends.
Bye.
See ya.